What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Wow. Wow. Today has been an incredible day. There's so much news and stuff that's going on with the Cowboys, but I'm waiting for my bride to finish getting ready so we can go downstairs and get some coffee because I need some coffee. But I have some incredible news that I gotta say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You get a thank you, and you get a thank you, and you get a thank you. And I could go on forever. Thank you. This channel this channel that was originally started as my cooking channel because I was trying to do something else other than my original channel, but became my main channel when YouTube, believe it or not, shut down my channel for spamming. They've made that a way of life now. Just saying. And I think that was in 2019. And so in 2019, we basically started all over. And here it is. Today, I woke up this morning after 20 years of being married and um, realizing that me and my wife actually met in 1984 at JMU. So it's now 40 years that we've known each other and 20 years of marriage. So we're like, boom, boom. This is just incredible. And today to hit 80,000 subscribers. Wow. Wow. I remember when I hit my first 1,000 in 2016, and I was like, wow. I just can't believe that we hit that many. So thank you all for being there. And what this means is, it means it's time to put in more work. Okay, it's we're getting there, but it's not time to rest. It's time to get our stuff together, and definitely the Dallas Cowboys need to get themselves together. So there's all kinds of news. Okay, I took the night off last night. Thank everybody. There's over 200 comments on the post that said, sorry, I'm not going to live stream tonight. And it's a great picture of my beautiful wife kissing me. I know a lot of you haven't really seen too much of her, but I would be nothing without her. That's the honest truth. The partnership of us together has been incredible for 20 years. I'm looking forward to the next 20. And hopefully, sometime within that 20, the Dallas Cowboys will get their shit together. I really could use my coffee this morning. God, I need that coffee. It feels weird doing a morning video without coffee. But we have some more insight in the windows. And see, my call to action, okay? Call to action means you're calling everybody to do something. And you do that because you're looking for a different result. You know, when we lost to the Green Bay Packers, I would say 90% of the venom went towards Dak Prescott. Maybe 95. Some went to Mike McCarthy, and some went to Dan Quinn, some went to Micah Parsons, some went to CD, and even family members went at Dak Prescott. Very little of it actually went where it belongs. And see, this is a pattern that we understand, and we as YouTubers, I know we're typically we're in our mama's basement, as we've been told. I'm 20 floors up right now, but I got out the basement at least for a couple of days. We don't know what we're talking about. We're not connected, but we can connect the dots and look at it and say, there's been opportunities for the Cowboys to make the team better. For whatever reason, it doesn't happen. Case in point. I'm looking at an article this morning that says, well, the Cowboys, have a tough decision to make with Leighton Vander Esch. They don't have a tough decision. He played 5 games last year, having another neck injury. He shouldn't be thinking about playing football. And we've had a problem at linebacker since Jalen Smith was let go. We've been sitting here doing things like, let's bring in Anthony Barr, a linebacker who's recovering from an ACL. We've tried drafting guys later in the draft that are a little bit undersized. But we had the opportunity to get a guy like Bobby Wagner, who wanted to be here because of Dan Quinn. A guy who always stayed healthy. Sorry, something caught my eye over there. It was looking really nice. Dan Quinn was the person that he wanted to work under. The 2 years, this is what's going to kill you, is the 2 years, he's only been paid $12 million. $12 million is what Bobby Wagner has made over the last 2 years. He wanted to come here. The Cowboys wouldn't work out a deal. And during that time, that guy hasn't missed a game and has well over 300 tackles. They could have got him a couple $1 million more than they paid for Anthony Barr. And these are the kind of mistakes that, at the time you don't think about them too much, but when you're dealing with people running against you, that's a run-stopping linebacker. That's a guy that can help the defensive front. That's a guy that's a playmaker that was getting it done. And that's the kind of move that Stephen Jones will say, we don't believe that's how you build a team. Well, this was on 105 The Fan, former employee, and I don't have my full setup, so we're doing it guerrilla style here. But listen to this, because apparently during the draft, somebody from the Lions organization called the Cowboys to say, hey, we got a guy that we're interested in moving. Let's listen to him.
When I worked there, one of my favorite parts was after the draft, going through all the tape of the draft and seeing who called them, all the trade requests and all that. Phone lines are, if you watch the secret audio, the phone lines are all connected in through the cameras too. So
did the Lions ever try and offer him Stafford?
I'm just kidding. I know another line saying that I'm not going to mention specifics about, but there was a call about the Lions from the Lions during this time, and offered him somebody, and Steven was like, "Who is that?" It was a pretty decent name.
Who's that?
And he was like, "Who?" He's blah blah blah, and they explained who it is. He's like, "Oh, we'll call you back." And Steven just hangs up the phone and just sits there and keeps watching the draft. Doesn't even tell anyone that somebody called. Doesn't even ask Will who this guy is. And then the guy calls back 5 minutes later. It's like, "Hey, did you think about that?" He's like, "Yeah, no, bye."
If you don't even know who the player is that they're talking about trading for, A, you don't know what you're doing. And B, if you don't know who it is, you should be talking to your head of scouting, Will McClay. Hey, is this a guy that can help us, that can do something for us? Hangs up the phone. People, don't hate the messenger, which is the Dallas Cowboys players. Deal with the message. The message is Stephen Jones does not know what he's doing. If it weren't for his daddy's company, he would not have a job. I'm not lying. If Jerry said, you know what, Stephen, I want to see you working elsewhere, there is 31 other teams that would not hire him. Nobody would hire him to be their player president, cap boy, or anything like that. The mistakes that they've made you can look at Michael Gallup. As much as I like Michael Gallup, you don't give a guy a $50 million extension while they're injured and recovering, and he's done this over and over and over again. And this is the problem. You don't have the players to compete. You just don't. You just don't. And the Pro Bowl names and everything else, I hate to say that, but it's a popularity contest. And because as soon as the Pro Bowl voting comes out, all the Cowboy fans, don't forget to vote. We end up spreading the message around so that way you got more Cowboy fans than the other team that are going to be voting. Just the fact. And unfortunately, this is why I have my call to action to all of my YouTube brethren out there. We got to keep up the pressure and let people know where the problem lies. Stephen Jones. Yeah, Game time, Brian. You're right about Catboy. We got a lot to talk about, and thank you guys again. 80,000. Wow. Peace.